This is how we change her central line dressing at home. It is changed once a week, assuming it hasn't been compromised before the 7 days. I usually try to change the dressing and cap on the same day and use this calendar to record the last day I changed it in the top right-hand corner, so I can always keep track. We keep the supplies on the top shelf in her cupboard in this pink tub. I usually keep around 3 to 4 kits in this tub. Other supplies include extra parts from kits in case something gets dirty in the middle of a change, extra 2x2 gauze left over from old kits, a pair of scissors in case Tegaderm needs to be cut away from the line, and that barely happens now, and extra new masks. In each kit, you should have 1 sterile dressing kit, 1 grip lock, 1 BioPatch, and 1 Tegaderm. The only other thing that you may need that is not in here is a wipe to remove the leftover adhesive. That is in her ostomy tub. This kit is assembled at the pharmacy and is sterile. That means everything in it is sterile, and as long as it doesn't touch anything unsterile, they are safe to come in contact with the skin around her site. There is a way, and I will show you how, to handle the materials to keep them clean, although they will be laying on her tray. Begin by washing or sanitizing your hands. Begin by peeling back the paper cover from the kit. Remove the mask and put it on. Remove the packaging from the sterile gloves. I use the left-handed glove, and this area right here is where you can touch with your other hand to slip the glove on. And with that gloved hand, I'm going to remove everything in the sterile packaging and put it on the tray. So the towel first, I find the corner and I shake it out to open it up. Then I take the right-handed glove and place it on the towel. The cleaning swabs I put in the corner with the handles hanging off of the field. The 2 pieces of gauze and the skin barrier wipe. Then you can throw away that glove and you don't need it anymore. The rest of the things, the BioPatch, the grip lock, I place those on the field. You notice I didn't touch them. I just opened the packaging and let them drop onto the field. The dressing itself, the Tegaderm, I cut off part of it. This was just because it's just too big. I actually need to get a smaller one from the pharmacy. I just haven't done it yet. And I just lay that somewhere else because it can't go on the sterile field. I let her watch a video. I put her mask on her. This part she does not like. It's the worst part. She does cry. I try to do it as fast as I can. It doesn't take very long, but she doesn't like it. And this is how it looks when it's all done, when everything's off. You can see the glue around the edges, so I take my adhesive remover from my ostomy, and I'm just going to gently scrub around it just to peel that adhesive away. Sometimes I'll take one of those 2x2 gauzes and put it at her site in case anything wants to drip around the site. And then I use that same gauze just to wipe off the adhesive remover. Next, it's time to scrub the site. So I start with scrubbing on the very top and then under. And then I go around and basically I'm working my way out, covering all the area that will be under the Tegaderm. And then I take the other side of the swab and I just lightly go over the part of the catheter that will be under the dressing also. And I let that sit for 1 to 2 minutes to dry. And then I repeat that same process again, the exact same way I cleaned with the second swab. And I forgot to mention the first time that when I let it dry for the 1 or the 2 minutes, I hold the catheter up I don't lay it down. And then finally, you will clean with the last swab, the same way that you did before. But this time, I let it dry for the full 2 minutes. When it's at the end of the 2 minutes, I lay the clean catheter over the clean skin so I can grab the next glove. Again, I can grab it from that little area right there to put my right hand in. I'm going to grab the skin barrier wipe. This is supposed to make it easier when you have to peel off the dressing in a week, and I squeeze it out because it's pretty liquidy. And then I just pat it around. I try not to touch her site, just the skin around it. Then the BioPatch. So the idea is that the catheter goes through that split right there, but I found that if the catheter goes through it and it touches the tegaderm, then you have to cut the tegaderm away from it in a week when you remove it. So what I do is I sandwich it between the split, so then the tegaderm is touching the top of the BioPatch and not the top of the catheter, if that makes sense. And this is the way it looks like to be sandwiched. And then it's time to apply the tegaderm. So peel back the printed paper backing. Place the tegaderm where you think it will work best. You want about 1/2 inch to 1 inch around the edges. You can see here I did not do that well, but I pushed it down, and then I'm going to peel off that white top, the white paper backing off the top. And then those pieces that I cut off earlier, I'm just going to add those to the edges, just where I think that I just didn't get it good enough. So I peeled back the paper, pressed it down, and then I'm going to peel off the top paper. And then it'll be time for the grip lock. I cut off the edges here because it is just extra tape, and I like everything to fit inside of her tegaderm. I don't like extra glue or tape on her skin if I can avoid it. I peel off the middle part to expose the Velcro. It'll stick right there. And then I peel back the Velcro, put her catheter in there, and I'm just going to place it and figure out where I want best it to be. What I'm looking for is that where the skinny part meets the fatter part of the catheter, I don't want it to be pointy. I want it to be as round as it can be, because that is a weak spot. So when I find where I want, I just lift it up and peel that printed part back. That'll make it sticky. Peel off the top, and you are done. Before I clean up, I take that extra 2x2 gauze that I didn't use, and I just put it in this bag. It's not sterile anymore, but I can't stand to just throw away something that I can use later. So this is how we do her central line dressing. I feel that it's important for parents or caretakers to be able to do it on their own without a nurse having to come over, because things just happen sometimes, and you don't want to be stuck having to wait however many days between visits when the nurse comes.